it's me, Jazz, and some other people.
And no one else, just Jazz.
This is Jazz
Just
times
you.
3. No, I'm joined with Beth and Matt today.
Whoa, what a special event.
It is
It's
really...
like we've never done it before.
It's like
No.
it's like a Beth and Jazz draw stuff with guest.
It is.
And guest.
First and foremost, SWPOM.
Mm-hmm.
So, very exciting this month. We've got a whole list for prompts. There are 3 sections with 6 prompts in them, and you roll a d6 and you pick out your things. We did that, and we got some random character to design. Woo!
Woo!
But it's also a Beth and Jazz draw stuff, technically, and also Matt's here.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just a staple on. Yeah. I asked if I could draw something for it, and you were like, yeah,
No,
right.
I was very excited because it's good to have another person, you know, more crazy, chaotic characters. Let's just have a look. So, first up is my satyr artificer.
Artificer.
Yeah. A satyr artificer in space.
Space.
Uh,
You love the space one.
I do like space prompts. They're a little bit difficult when incorporating into a character design.
Mm-hmm.
Like originally I was just going to draw a space background, but then no one else did a background, so I was like, okay, I'm going to have to incorporate it into the thing.
I nearly did a background. I wasn't sure. I kind of lost the energy. I'm gonna be honest.
It's fine. I mean, the first and foremost thing about this is creating a character, so I suppose it should go into the character.
Yeah. Buckle. I love a good buckle.
Yeah.
It's a good
I mean,
buckle.
artificers are all about making and diddling.
They're very
and stuff,
hands-on.
aren't they?
They're hands-on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we've got some potions, we've got some tools, we got like a compass or whatever. Just loads of stuff on his person. I think I definitely could have done more, but with the time limit, that.
I think it's got so far it's got this really nice chunky attention to detail, which is like reminiscent of Zelda. There goes the Zelda again.
Yeah.
Like they'll have
there you go
one
again.
big tool and
Yeah.
I think it's really neat.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to do any more.
We picked of our randomly generated character list. They're not we could have had dwarf, human, elf.
No,
No.
I chose the weird ones.
Yeah, and
because
same with the
they're
classes and
interesting.
stuff. So you did have to draw backwards legs go.
Yeah. I mean, people do elves and dwarves all the time, and I was like, I'm not about that today. Let's do the weird ones. But yeah, definitely more of a less of a finished piece and more of a learning experience. This one was for me because I spent maybe 70% of my time on this learning how to draw satyr legs.
Yeah,
it was all about the anatomy.
It bipedal, is that the word?
Something like that, I don't know.
Because Dragonborn have the same kind of
and
backwards knees.
Yeah. I found some really good references for Dragonborns actually, and I use that as one of my references.
Nice.
Which is very useful for future drawings with Nagar and Hashaan and that, because my god, we struggled to draw those.
Yeah, but I mean, this did push you to do something that you weren't gonna have done otherwise. You probably wouldn't have drawn a satyr if you weren't required to draw a satyr.
If any of them, I would have avoided. The one with
backwards
tricky
knees.
legs.
So, I mean, which is exactly why I would encourage everybody to get involved, because it kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone.
I kind of feel like you need that with learning to draw.
Yeah, we did you might have seen the stream we did where we had a go at this as well, and we came up with some really cool, surprisingly
really
cool
concepts.
characters.
Yeah.
Where when you have a kind of strict parameters, you kind of get really creative within the within that. You come up with concepts that you weren't expecting.
Yeah. This is where space comes in. I just made his hair.
That is
and
the
his,
easiest way to make anything
spacey.
spacey.
I think
Violet
if I
blue.
went back to it, I started creating a space character for D&D, and then we rolled, and I got a satyr, and I was like, how am I gonna show the horns and stuff in a spacesuit? So I went for something different, but I definitely want to go back and finish that other one.
Do you imagine if they had like a spacesuit where like the glass dome was like fitted to the horns or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah, I think that would be
kinda
really
neat.
cool, but I think it's definitely something I'd have to take a lot of time to do.
Have to be careful not to like smash the glass with your head there, like turn your head too quickly.
Yeah. Oh, tits. Yeah.
Oh man. You know, I definitely feel like with an artificer, you could definitely fit a lot more on their person. I feel like they'd be absolutely like chunked with stuff.
A human rattle.
Yeah, they're supposed to rattle when they walk.
Yeah.
I thought I added like some piercings and loops on him because I don't know. I feel like that
Grungy.
added to the
Adds texture.
Grungy,
Right.
grungy texture.
Well, yeah, but also like with an artificer, you've just got things hanging off of you all the time, and
Yeah, you're
that
not an
was just one
artificer
of
unless you've got some metal in your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had an artificer in our D&D group.
No, I don't think so.
We've had a gun.
We've had a
something
gunslinger. I
like
don't think
that.
we've had an artificer.
No, we haven't.
No.
Oh, that's
I think
true.
I'd definitely be. I want to have a look into it a bit more and actually see what it's about because I don't really know much about it and I kind of
I
made
think
it
I
up.
nearly made Rook an artificer actually. I remember
I
like
don't
really
think we
struggling.
knew much about it at
Yeah.
the time, but I think maybe
Mm.
you think you're multiclassing it later on. I think that might have happened
I don't know, I
because
seem
like
to remember,
when
like,
we
focusing
made
on it.
when we made the original party, we had the original player's handbook and that was it. We
Yeah,
had
that's
one
true.
player's
Yeah.
handbook. I don't think that we knew anything
About
past.
And the rest of the knowledge was like in Lime's head.
Yeah,
Liam.
pretty much.
Yeah.
This is your character, Beth.
Yeah, moving on to my
Yeah.
character. So I rolled a Genasi Druid
I love that hair so far. Oh my god.
Cottage Core.
Cottage Core,
Which works really
Which-
well.
which like they just are they just
line up really well.
fit into each other so well.
Hmm.
So because I picked Genasi, I had like option there, like to pick the kind of Genasi,
Yeah.
and I did go with Earth Genasi in the end. But it felt almost like a cop-out, like I almost didn't do it. I was like, it's too easy, like Earth Genasi, Druid,
Yeah.
Cottage Core. I was like,
Yeah.
that doesn't I don't feel like I'm being challenged there, but
That's true, but then you can really hone into it. Like, if it fits really well, you can really
You-
go deep into that.
You felt like you got like a really classic.
yeah, like a really
Yeah.
classic choice. Like I thought for a while about doing like a water genasi and then being like really like water druidy, lots of like fish and like
yeah.
living by the ocean or something. But I was really struggled with it. I've not done much drawing in a while, and I was like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do the thing as it is
This one
and
was
do
us
it quite
kind of
nicely.
Jumping back into it, right? But
Yeah.
I think that thing you said the other day about the water hair and the fish, you should definitely.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have another
that.
go at this, maybe using the same prompt list, or I might just do some more because I think it was like actually really good like
Yeah.
practice for me to get back into drawing,
Yeah,
like some more
definitely.
than I was expecting it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the style that I drew
Yeah,
this in.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it
really
came out
good.
very well.
What pen are you using?
What pen am I using? I used the I think it's just the 6B pencil to line it. I've been really liking like pencil line work recently. I
looks
realised that I
nice,
don't
yeah.
like line work. I don't like it at all. So why do I have to? I don't
Yeah,
want to
no.
do it.
You
Yeah.
don't need it.
So I
don't need
didn't.
it if you
So
don't want
she's like, yeah.
Oh,
She's
I
got-
totally love.
The skirt is amazing.
Like a mushroom amanita.
That was the first thing I thought of when I was thinking about Cottage Core. I was like, either she needs to have like big puffy shoulder sleeves that are mushrooms, or she has to have a mushroom skirt.
It's beautiful.
And I found the reference for the shirt that she's wore, like the sort of low hanging sleeves. That was a
Yeah.
reference I found of an actual
It's very
person, actual
cute.
outfit. And I loved that. So she ended up with the big mushroom skirt instead.
It's great. I
Um,
love
Good
the whole
colour
outfit.
combo.
Yeah.
But she's quite a classic, like, little druid, really. I gave her the like, what are they called?
Quiver?
Arrows, yeah, quiver. Because I like the pose with her hands in her pockets. I was going to give her a staff or something, but that feels a bit too...
Sometimes the staff can like really throw you off balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
her outfit looked sort of too elegant for like a big chunky piece
Yeah,
of
no,
stick or
it-
something.
Chunky
it works
piece of
like
stick.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she feels less like the adventuring kind of character and more like
I'm just in the forest.
Just,
aren't I?
just
Yeah,
feeling
like,
the vibe out.
simply
Yeah.
vibing.
She sees high hopes and she turns the other way.
Yeah, she's like, that's too
not about
much
that."
for me.
I love the
Yeah.
highlights on the face there, like the nose and the
really
cheeks.
cute.
Real good.
It's because I played around with her, and this is the thing I kind of struggle with, but I need to definitely get better at, is when using darker skin tones, I struggle with contrast, because if I have a darker skin tone and then darker hair, I feel like I lose a part of the contrast in there.
Right,
so it's something I really need to work on.
Definitely.
I also did intentionally make her skin grayer, because she's like Earth Genasi.
Yeah,
So it's like
that
sort
makes
of
sense.
rather I didn't just like get the wrong kind of skin tone for a,
You
just
chose
thought
it
I'd
specifically.
drop that in.
This is Matt's one.
And then finally we move on to
what
Matt's.
was your prompts, Matt?
Mine was Titan, underwater or fighter. Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it is so cool.
It's really cool.
And I really lowered the opacity on the drawing underneath, so it looks like I'm just inking straight off the bat.
Is there actually is there a drawing underneath?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I'd lowered it so much.
That you I suppose when
just
you
looks like I'm doing it
export
off
the
the
thing
bat.
as well.
Yeah, it does look like you're just.
Yeah.
You should have just not
Yeah,
done
no,
anything.
that's
I
me.
would have guessed. I mean, I have seen you ink almost this with this a speed before anyway.
Yeah.
But this is super cool. Like
The feet, amazing. Love that.
but you're
really
so you
good
had
angles.
underwater Titan fighter.
Not Titan.
Goliath.
I'm thinking of Goliath. That's the
An
one.
underwater,
yeah.
I'm
underwater
thinking
Goliath, right? If you were making a character, there would be no way that those things overlapped, or in such a weird setting would they have had to overlap.
Yeah.
But it came out really cool. The fucking shark's head,
Yeah. it's
and
really
the
good
diver's
detail.
helmet. Ooh,
I really enjoyed it.
Very good.
Very fun.
There's so much detail on the image, and it's these little bites and things, and the hairy legs. I just love it.
I
It's
do
great.
feel like sometimes D&D is quite limiting with its the theme. I think the theme aspect of this really adds that challenge, because often D&D is medieval, classic, sort of think British countryside.
Yeah, you know where you're going
Yeah.
with it. You know where you have to fit in. But with this one, it pushes you out a bit. How is this character going to breathe underwater?
Yeah, how are they
that
a
incorporates-
fighter and underwater?
Yeah.
Where does that overlap? An artificer in space.
Yeah.
What kind of cool fancy space gear do they have
What
instead?
does their tech look like? Yeah.
Because you can be really different with it. Whereas I feel like Cottage Core is kind of almost just the D&D vibe.
Yeah.
It was just a bit more whimsy.
Yeah.
Whimsy.
Well, I
Whimsy.
had to put that one in because you need a bit of whimsy in there.
Whimsy.
I feel like it can be really fun.
Oops, boy. Oh, look, I shortened the arm because it was massively long.
Well, I don't know, because
Oh, the cape. Yeah, you
I
didn't get to
love
see me
how
colour
you did
that.
the cape. I don't know how you did it, but it looks great.
It's a brush, isn't it? There is a water brush.
Well, yeah, there's a
effect
water brush.
on
I
Procreate.
used
Sort of
an
faded it
airbrush.
out,
Yeah. I
It's very
used a clipping
nice.
mask so it faded into that bottom
Very
cyan.
nice, very nice.
Mm.
Good colours as well.
While we were doing this on stream the other day, it was Matt who was drawing. He drew twice. And you did so. You had another underwater one there that came out completely different as well.
Yeah, I had
This one is
It
very
was an ASMR.
ASMR, Druid,
Underwater.
underwater.
And
that
they
was
came out
difficult.
far more sort of underwater sea spirit kind of
Yeah,
thing. They were
yeah.
really natural. There was lots of coral and shells.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Which is you took the same theme but in two completely different ways depending on the class. You got this is far more industrial, modern underwater, big metal helmet because they're a fighter, right?
Yeah, I
But
suppose you have
then-
more time to think about this one as well. You thought about the fact that they won't be able to breathe under there, so I'll give them a helmet.
Yeah, I
and that
thought
kind of thing.
Goliaths, if they were quite nomadic and then they started living by the ocean, what would that look like, kind of thing.
Also, druids have the magic to have water breathing spells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas fighter, I mean, they can have magic, but less likely, right?
They're
It's
I'm
more
just gonna buy this thing to make me
Yeah.
breathe underwater,
punch,
and then I can
hard.
punch things better.
Yeah, it's
Without
more
having
about
to hold my breath.
utility, whereas the druid is more about the magic and the spiritual side of being by the ocean.
Yeah.
So those characters came out wildly different to each other.
Yeah.
I think we're probably I'm probably gonna do at least one more of these.
Yeah, I want to, but for
Yeah.
myself and sort of,
separately. Maybe
spend
we'll
time on it.
post them as we do.
Yeah.
But I definitely would recommend having a go at this.
Yeah,
It came out way more interesting than I was expecting it to.
And especially if you're experiencing an art block, having a prompt which is not just one word but it gives you a set and you have to sort of work on that is a really good way to sort of just get yourself through that art block.
Yeah, how many different variations of that same character with the same words could you make?
Yeah.
You know, can you find, like, you do a bunch of different variations until you find the one that works. Maybe you're like, maybe you actually want to play it, you know, like one of the characters that you designed.
I really want to play the one that I drew last night.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
oh,
you
did
know,
I just timestamp this video?
It's fine. When we were on the stream yesterday, we said we hadn't recorded this video yet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We are pushing this one a bit last minute, but
yeah, it turned out really well, I think. Yeah, if you do this, please share it on the lines, on the webs, and let us see it, because I really want to see everyone's creations.
Yeah, people have been saying they've been doing it, and I really want to see it.
Yeah, some people were drawing along on the stream last night with us, so that's pretty neat to see them.
Yeah.
As always, if you do want to, you should tag it with hashtag SWPOM, or tag us in it. On many of the social medias.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for hanging out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
See you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.